This would be a good bit.
Why SoundCloud dicks?
Jack's struggling to find the on button again. Found it yet, Jack? Anyway, yeah.
Is it recording, Jack?
Yeah, I can see our bars
Okay.
from here. We're good then. We look good. Basically, when I was putting all the other episodes on SoundCloud, it turns out you can only have about 3 hours a month of audio before it removes older ones.
Oh.
So luckily we've saved them all, and I've got them all on the Google Drive. So instead of saying SoundCloud, let's say YouTube. Because that's the only one which is free.
But SoundCloud is funnier.
Yeah.
SoundCloud is funnier.
Can we just keep on referring to it as SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're editing this week, aren't you?
Yeah. Here's to you, SoundCloud.
Hey.
Knock, knock, like the devil in Malay. Right, so Jack, it's your turn to intro this week.
Okay.
Wait, what film are we doing first?
We're doing Piranha 3D.
IMDb page.
Piranha
Oh,
3D,
yeah,
The Score, and Team America. I have
Fuck yeah.
2 facts
Here to
about The
see.
Score which we can discuss. So it goes from a minute discussion to a 4-minute discussion.
I can talk
Hell
about the
yeah.
score for a bit. I think I can do 5-7 minutes on it.
By yourself.
Oh God,
No,
no!
not
But I mean,
gonna-
I could just point out the bits I enjoyed in it.
What, in the score?
Yeah.
I don't think we could. I think.
Well, the heist scene and all these little gadgets.
But yeah, but bear in mind, for fuck's sake, I don't mean neither The Fish nor the 1978 Piranha film, which I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, it's a remake.
I didn't know that.
Well, like a soft remake reboot.
Like it's soft
Sequel.
core porn.
Save it for the episode.
We can't say the
Say-
P
Come
word,
on,
Adam.
We can say adult film.
There's lots of adult film
Oh,
actresses.
it's 2010.
My name is Jay.
Wait,
My
James
name is-
Cameron did Piranha.
Yeah, the original one.
I didn't know that.
I had
Holy
no idea that
Simpson.
he's a producer on this one.
Come on, Jack, you're intro.
Oh, I'm introing it, aren't I?
Right.
Why are the Power Rangers
Count you in.
come
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bargain Bin podcast. Joining me here today is... Oh, fuck, I'm going to redo that. I don't know what I
you
was
forget
doing.
our names?
No, because I was gonna be like, joining me here today is Jack, and then...
Magneto. Sorry, that listeners don't know what's happening. The microphone's moving by itself.
No,
oh,
I've
you
got my
fucked
foot
my
on
pop.
the stand.
It took me half an hour to put this pop shield in the right place.
Yeah.
Look at it now.
It's not my
Flaccid.
problem. Not my problem. Get a foam thing like mine.
From where?
One of the other radio studios.
I went into them all. I had to ask a man from the engine shed to give me this.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Bollocks, did you?
They're in the radio studio
Oh.
down there.
Oh, okay.
They got badges and everything.
Oh. Okay. Are you ready to intro it this time, Jack? Without fucking up.
And remembering
I
our
just
names.
I fucked up so many times when we were doing the presentation.
What's happening there? All right, just
No one move. Okay, as long as we don't move for another hour, we're
we're
fine.
fine.
I think
Move
is it
around
the
in
wire?
front of it.
Oh yeah, it was the wire.
No, I just meant hitting the wire could cause the popping.
No, it was this. It was.
Yeah, so it was the wire.
Yeah, I was doing a bit, Jack. A bit.
I'm tired.
All right. 5, 4.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bargain Bin Corp.
Bargain Quinn.
Bargain Quinn,
I
yeah.
can't intro shows. I'm so bad at it.
It's your turn,
Okay.
though,
Yeah,
Jack.
no, I'll intro. Fucking hell, I feel like I'm really loud.
That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, we are a bit.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Hold on.
That's
You can
fine.
just turn down. Nick can turn down.
I'll
Yeah,
turn
Nick
it
can
down
turn it down.
post.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't peak, which it looks like it's doing.
Oh no.
Jack, do you want to just move all the
I'll
knobs
just
a little
move
bit
back
down?
a little bit.
Yeah, hold on.
There, that's fine, isn't it?
Nick, say something annoying and loud.
Hello, I'm being annoying and loud.
I mean, that's peaking. What am I doing?
Right.
Hello.
Jack, go fiddle with the knobs.
Yeah, Jack, fiddle
Jack,
with the
just
knob.
take the sliders and
don't know why
move
I
them
have to
down
do it.
together. Because you're closer to the door.
You're
You know what
closest to
you're
the
doing.
door.
No, not really. I was just fiddling with it. Take the
That's what she said. Ew.
joke of the podcast.
Ew. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Technical Difficulties with the Volume In Boys.
Sorry, you mean SoundCloud. Better? There's less fuzz in the background. Now the audio is going to be great.
Hello.
Hello there. Jack, can you put on a very, very offensive
Am I
accent?
speaking okay now?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Good
the
choice.
Bargain Bin
You went
Podcast.
for the
I thought
most
you-
acceptable.
I thought you were going to go
offensive
straight
accent.
for oh, hurrah!
I was dancing around that because even for YouTube, I don't want to be known as the racist.
I'm already known.
YouTube will just randomly delete our channel in like 3 years anyway, so
Yeah.
who gives a fuck?
With the bots now.
Yeah, exactly.
Bot boys.
You ready?
Yep.
Right. You ready this time, Jack?
Yeah.
You're not going to fuck it up this time.
Yeah.
3.
I mean, I probably will.
2.
but- Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bargain Bin Podcast. My name is Jack, and I'm joined here by my 2 favourite co-hosts,
My name's Nick.
My name's Adam.
and together we're the Bargain Bin Podcast.
Yay.
So our first film today that we're going to be discussing is the one, the only, Piranha 3D, that we didn't watch in 3D.
When we started watching
We
it
started
3D.
watching it.
Yeah,
3D.
and then our eyes hurt after 30 seconds.
Piranha 3D, the horror comedy from 2010.
It was 2010.
2010.
I
Yeah.
was 11 when that came out.
Yeah.
Prime target audience. For the gripping storyline.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll start by explaining when we picked up this DVD from the bargain bin and we looked inside the case, there were 2 pairs of cardboard like 3D glasses that you'd find in like the back of a children's book or something as a little quirk. And we attempted to watch the film in 3D, but within a minute we all had headaches.
Apart from me, because there was only 2 pairs, so I couldn't watch it.
Well, I admire your commitment because when we put it on, you just sat there and thought, I'm going to have to watch it like this.
Yeah, exactly. I really wasn't fussed. I mean, I knew that the story wasn't going to be
Oh, yeah.
the...
My favourite thing, though, was the glasses were from the Final Destination film.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
were
were from
they?
Final Destination 3D glasses,
I didn't even see that.
not
It was
Piranha
dark.
3D glasses.
I mean, you know, who does it really matter? Just 3D
I
glasses.
want on-branding 3D glasses for my discount 3D films.
I do wonder though. You know, you can get those like 4K 3D like films.
Yeah.
Do you think they come with like the actual 3D glasses that you get at like the cinema and all that?
You
Or-
get ones with, if you get a 3D TV,
Yeah.
you get ones with them, which are like more high tech. They have buttons on to like turn them on.
Oh.
You
Instead
actually
of-
have to like put batteries in
Instead
them
of
and
like
stuff.
these red, was it red and blue?
Yeah,
red,
red and blue.
one red lens, one blue lens.
Yeah.
Though
Which,
it was
like,
that kind.
It works, but at the same time, like, do you think when this film came out, that was how they did the 3D?
No, when was Avatar?
That was 2009.
There you go then.
Was Avatar in 3D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was this big thing.
Was that the big
That's what
thing?
Because it was like the
brought back
first,
3D.
the
Oh.
first film that was... No, it wasn't the first film. What was the first film that was done in 3D? There was like
There's been 3D films since like the
No.
60s.
Yeah, but it
There's
was
been
like
This was
filmed
the
experimental
return.
ones.
filmed only. It was like I can't remember
How
what it
to
was.
Train Your Dragon? I remember that being like one of the first ones I saw.
No, I swear there was like something that was filmed exclusively in 3D, and it was like the first film to properly be done.
Fact check.
Fact check time.
Yeah. Hey SoundCloud,
Hey,
it's your boy,
First
tired and depressed,
3D.
Jack is very tired and depressed.
and I have a fuck off headache.
Oh, of course. I know what film you're thinking of.
What is it?
It's called The Power of Love.
A
made-
Force from Above.
No, it's made in 1922.
Yeah.
That's quite a
Okay.
good. That's quite a good fact.
That was
1922.
definitely not what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
of course
No.
not.
The first like commercial one from
21st
late
century?
2000s.
I swear there was like some film that was filmed. Maybe it was like using the 3D cameras that they use today or something, and that was what I was.
2005 onwards is kind of apparently where Wikipedia says it comes from.
Meaning. Yeah.
Feature film. Aliens of the Deep, 2005.
Aliens of the Deep.
It might just be me just pulling this shit out of my ass.
Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I really hope that's what I was thinking.
Chicken
of.
Little.
Chicken Little.
That's- a
Superman
film.
Returns.
I still need to see that.
Open Season is quite good. Well, it's not quite good. It's good if you like the old Superman films.
Is Open Season the one with the bears?
Segue back into normal episodes.
Oh, Jack, I know what film you're thinking of. I bet you were thinking of the hit film Chicken Little from 2005,
Wow.
November the 4th.
What a great piece of knowledge you've plucked out your head, and we didn't have to stop and Google.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In fact, that was actually wrong. I've just read the other one. It was Deep Sea 3D.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. That's actually what I was thinking
don't know
of. Yeah.
what that is.
I
but
was.
I think it's a
Have you not
documentary.
heard of the hit film Deep Sea 3D?
I'm afraid I haven't.
It's much more interesting than the score.
But you know what? Do you know what's in the deep sea?
Johnny Depp.
Piranhas.
What?
Johnny Depp and Kate Winslet are in this.
Oh,
Oh wait, that
I was
isn't-
trying to segue back into Piranha 3D.
Why is
but
Johnny
well.
Depp in Piranha 3D?
No.
Oh, if you just
it
made
was
It's
it
much
like-
better.
the deep blue sea.
Tell you who is in Piranha 3D.
Who?
Christopher Lloyd.
That's true.
That's your segue.
How do we segue?
Well, there you go. Just done it.
Do you know who is also... Actually, I'm going to do it again because you get your voice in it. Do you know who also is in Piranha 3D?
What do you mean also? We haven't said anyone that's in it yet.
Do you know who is also... No. I can't do it without saying also. Hey, Nick, do you know who is in Piranha 3D?
Who is in Piranha 3D, Jack?
The hit actor who only does terrible films apart from the 3 films that he did at the beginning of his career, Christopher Lloyd.
That wasn't the beginning of his career,
I
Jack.
don't
He had a
know.
whole history of TV shows which were very successful.
Yeah, but come on, who?
Taxi, Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito,
No.
an original American sitcom. No?
No.
Is that
Anyway,
what-
Christopher Lloyd of Back to the Future fame was in Piranha 3D as a crazy scientist character.
Playing Doc Brown.
Yeah, basically.
Just basically.
Can I just say on the Google thing, he's not on there at all.
Yeah,
You
The
wouldn't want
Richard-
to be, would you?
The
Yeah,
list of cast on Google is only half complete.
Yeah, but as in like they
'Cause-
had wet t-shirt host, parasailing girl, like they had these random
They
characters,
don't
and they
have-
don't have Christopher Lloyd.
Arguably the 3 biggest names from the film, Christopher Lloyd, Ving Rhames and Adam Scott,
Yeah,
are
none
not
of
on
them.
the Google cast. They're only on the IMDb cast, which is
What-
very weird.
What I did find interesting though is that Richard Dreyfuss,
Oh yeah,
Dreyfuss,
Richard Dreyfuss, Hooper from Jaws.
Yeah.
He has a cameo at the start.
Yeah,
he's the old man. So at the start, the film starts with an old man on a boat fishing, and he drops a beer into the water, and it opens up a crack at the bottom.
That's what causes the crack, right?
And yeah, and it opens a
What a
crack
great
at the
MacGuffin.
opens a crack at the bottom of the lake, and it goes into another underground lake filled with piranhas, and that's where the piranhas start to come from. And the whole premise is there's like a spring break festival on this lake, and the piranhas start eating everyone.
I mean, it's like a lake in the middle of nowhere. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really know why you'd go to spring break there.
It's
You go to-
inconsistently large, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
sometimes
feels
it
really
looks.
small, and then it's like an ocean.
Yeah. Sometimes you do get like aerial shots of it that it doesn't look that big, and then you get the shots of them when they're at like the spring break thing. It looks just like the sea.
The sea,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they just filmed it at the seaside.
I mean,
and then-
probably.
Yeah.
Or Brighton.
Yeah. I'd love it if they filmed it in Brighton.
Everyone would be really cold.
Yeah, but exactly, it would work for the film's favour.
It would.
It would work exactly for the favour of the film.
If you want to know what we mean, pick up Piranha 3D at your local DVD store.
But only if you're 18 years and up, because that is
Yes.
the legal requirement to be able to watch this film.
It's very 18.
It's yeah.
Okay, stop there, because every time
I'm going to put this
Every
one in
time I
there
move
just for
this
YouTube. It's just softcore porn.
it's not even
Lots of titties.
I mean, you see
You,
some.
you see vagina,
Yeah.
I was gonna say vagine.
vagine.
Vagine. Yeah, keep it clean, Adam.
Oh yeah, that
Come
can't
on.
go on. That's not family friendly advertising content.
No.
You can see.
You can see Bob's and
SoundCloud
Vagan.
would never accept this.
Vagine.
Fuck you, SoundCloud.
There's a whole underwater semi-sex scene.
Yeah.
I thought they were just prancing about. I
There
didn't
was some
think
kissing.
that's
There was some rubbing.
There's like
Oh, fair enough.
some mermaid shit.
fair enough. I think my chair is still.
That's fine.
Maybe you should. Oh, I'll tell you what we could do. I'll plug it into that, and you can stand behind this singer's microphone.
You just can't see me.
So, Jack, what was your favourite moment from Piranha 3D?
Well, firstly, do you want my actual favourite moment, or do you want the favourite moment that I'll do for radio?
I want both. I want both, and I'll cut out the first one.
Well,
Make sure you get that the right way around.
Yeah.
Well, my favourite scene in it was the one that Adam just mentioned, which obviously, if you're listening on the radio, sucks to be you. Listen to it on YouTube. And the other favourite one, I guess, was when they electrocute all the piranhas or something. Spoilers, but you're not going to watch this film, so.
They might.
They might.
Of all the ones we've watched so far, this is probably the most. Someone's going to go back and I'll watch that.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Fair enough.
Apart from the good ones.
I mean, yeah, discounting the
I
good
mean, what
ones.
we've done so far on this show.
Oh.
We literally had like 5 minutes just saying, watch Children of Men, watch Children
Yeah.
of Men.
Oh
so-
yeah, we did Children of Men. Okay, the second.
Hey guys, you should go watch Children of Men.
Yeah, go watch Children of Men, it's real good.
It is James Gunn's favourite film. No, well done. Second.
Second
Keeping in the
favourite
lore of the podcast. Second favourite film.
Got to keep that continuity.
So yeah, Piranha 3D.
What was your favourite bit in it, Nick?
My favourite bit was where Ving Rhames broke off the propeller of a boat and proceeded to chop up all the piranhas with it in the water slowly while he was dying and sinking.
It's an
He was
amazing scene.
Throwing a propeller about, killing all the piranhas, and it was amazing.
Right. Small tangent to the sequel. Have you seen the trailer for the second one?
What?
No.
Piranha 3 Double D.
Do you want to know what happens in the trailer?
What?
It's amazing. They Evil Dead it.
He comes back with propeller hands.
No, he doesn't come back with propeller hands.
He comes
back
back legs.
better than propeller legs. Gun legs.
Gun legs.
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
Tune in next week for Piranha 3 Double D.
The scene they keep him in, he's like, you don't know who it is, and he sits down and goes, I'm back. Somebody get me my legs. And then you see him attached them, and they're just guns.
God damn it.
No, I'm actually looking this up.
I hope it's guns.
I
I think
refuse
it's
to
guns.
believe. This is like two...
Get me my legs. I remember that bit.
Is it guns?
Oh my god, he is.
It's amazing, isn't it? People at home, I do recommend you go and Google this right now.
I'm watching... Oh my gosh. Wow, sorry. I just leant over the mic. Sorry about that. But
Yeah, the consistency in this audio is
Oh, that's
way off.
amazing. Oh, look. If you want to actually... Look, this is what you can do. You can buy the Deputy Fallon's, in brackets Ving Rhames, shotgun leg with accessories.
ooh,
We can buy it.
let's buy it, boys.
I'm going to see how much it is.
Oh my god. This is the first purchase
It's
we're going to make with all the
nice.
money we're making from the show.
Okay, so if we all chip in,
Brayford Radio are paying us vast amounts. They
Yeah.
just don't realise it yet.
it's only £770.
Wow.
It's worth it. And then we can cut one of our legs off and then have gun leg.
Speaking of Brayford Radio, at Brayford Radio on Twitter and at Brayford Radio Station on Instagram. Keep in touch, keep in contact, know what's going on. Give us a follow.
And if you want to contact the show, why not contact us on If you want to contact the show, why not get hold of us on our email, which is thebargainbin@gmail.com.
Sorry, can I just say, on this same website, there are... I'm pretty sure... it's called a prop store, but you can buy all of the props they used in this film. You can buy a piranha for it. You can buy one of the eggs. You can buy
Let's buy a piranha.
Get a
one of
piranha.
the exploded piranha fishes. You can buy...
Do you want to set up a Patreon?
There's so
So we
many.
can buy the
So we
piranha.
can buy rubbish props.
No, they're not. No, they're not rubbish though. I mean, they better not be for costing like 1,200 quid.
These,
but
that'd be the actual ones.
Yeah, the actual ones, but it's from Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
That's
we
why
want
I'm-
to spend 1,200 quid on some props from Piranha 3 Double D?
That's why I'm looking at
Jack?
some of the other stuff. No, I'm not looking up at you.
Do we want these
Oh,
props?
you can buy the hanging bats from not Piranha 3D, from Batman Begins. You can buy the Parks and Recreation Ron Swanson's badge
Wow,
for only £770.
amazing.
I actually really like this website. It's
I
really
quite
cool.
like props.
I really want all this tat.
I'd want a piranha.
Would I though?
They looked cool. Well, cool. When they were properly rendered, they looked good.
You can buy Cyclops' glasses.
Oh, which one?
The X-Men, like the
Yeah, I know which. I meant
Yeah,
which
but
version?
which
There's like
version?
19 Cyclops. at
Like
this
the
point.
original X-Men, or like the Days of not the Days of.
Or the one
Future
with Baby
Past,
Driver
or
at the
the.
moment.
Well,
yeah.
I was
It's
saying
not Baby Driver.
Is it not him?
No,
I was saying the one with Patrick
other
Stewart,
one.
it's a different guy.
like the 2002.
What's he else he been in? He looks really similar.
A lot of shit.
Is he the one in Divergence?
Ooh.
Oh, first swear.
A lot of stuff.
Good
Wait.
save.
Wait, what? I didn't even.
Pay attention,
Pay
Jack.
attention,
we're,
Jack.
we're live
I'm
right
looking
now.
at
We're
it.
live.
Yeah.
This is a live edit.
However, those Cyclops glasses are $2,000.
What if
which
they
is-
actually shot ruby quartz laser beams?
I'd love it if they did. That'd be amazing. Oh, you can buy the Lawnmower Man 2 paraphernalia.
Wasn't
For
that a
150 quid.
Stephen King book?
Yeah.
Lawnmower Man.
The first one was a short story,
Oh.
but it had nothing to do with what they did in the film.
What lawnmowing?
No,
I've not seen the film.
but like I swear they went completely different routes from the film, or from the book. Sorry.
Stephen King is too spoopy for me.
Yeah.
So.
I really want to read The Shining at some point because I really like the film. You can buy the
Welcome to the
stabby.
segment of the show where we talk about props that you can
These
buy
are
on the
really
internet.
cool.
where we
though.
just listen to Jack reading off her website.
If you want to do
They're
this, I've got some
very
eBay orders you
interesting.
want to hear.
These are really cool. You can buy the Dread Circular Justice Department sign.
Wow.
What?
Look, you can buy the Justice Department.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
floor decoration.
Anyway, Piranha 3D. I want to know what you thought of the special effects in the movie, the gore, because I thought half of it was awful,
Yeah.
and half of it was really good effects.
Yeah, there's an up and down thing. I think the practical stuff is also 50-50, but when it's done well, it's done real over-the-top gore, really good, like in your face, and then some of it's just like they're holding like tissues on their arm which are painted red.
Some bits look awful like that, but there was one scene, like some of it looks genuinely good, and you would not expect it from this film.
I reckon for rendering water with the budget, that's all right, I think. For like basically a proper B-movie with water in it as most of like the setting, not too badly done.
No.
I think it's had a decent budget though.
Yeah.
Well, they're paying all the extras.
Well, there was a lot of extras, but I do think, I said this before we were watching this, I'm pretty sure the extras were there because they were promised like free barbecue and beer.
Probably.
Because like there was a lot of extras on it.
Imagine there was a lot of signs and waivers that had to be filled in for the production of this.
Quite
Do you mind showing off your whole body in this film?
We'll give you a barbecue and a beer.
Like, yeah, sure, why not?
What company made this again?
There's one thing. This film was produced by Bob and Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Which makes it a bit weird.
Which makes like the whole weird subplot that's in this even weirder.
There's a subplot of an adult film being filmed on a boat with teenage girls, and it's it made me uncomfortable when the names popped up at the end saying Bob and Harvey Weinstein.
Just as a side note, is that when you felt uncomfortable, Nick? Because that's how you sounded when you said that.
Oh, sorry. I'll cut that bit out.
No, you won't.
No.
The uncut version has all this in.
Oh, no!
Yeah, that was a really weird subplot. It took up quite a lot of the film. Like,
yeah, it was like
the piranhas
60% of the film.
Yeah, the piranhas really didn't get involved as much as you would think.
No. It's
I
just
guess
whenever
like Jaws,
someone
isn't it?
fell in the water, a piranha would swim near their leg. And then there was a whole like 20-minute sequence at the Spring Break Festival place where everyone was just being eaten. And then in the climax, the piranhas were just chasing them around. And that was about it.
Of which, by the way, some of the special effects were actually pretty good. Like, there's a bit where somebody gets... No. You were saying about the visual effects, but I'm saying about the special effects. So, like,
We were talking about the practical special effects, not the visual effects.
I'll cut that out.
I'm not going to cut that out, Jack. You should have been listening instead of on your phone.
I was looking at all those props. You could buy... You know from the first...
No, we're not going there again.
No,
Stop.
If this is what I think it is, I might buy it.
You can buy it from... It definitely isn't what you're thinking of. The Scorpion from the first Transformers?
Ooh, yeah.
You can buy the tail of that for like £15,000.
Oh, but it is the tail. I was hoping it was the Allspark. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But there'd be like a way bigger fan than us wanting to do that.
My favourite bit... Well, do I have a favourite bit? My favourite bit of the film is the bit that made me the squeamish the
that's
most.
A word.
Which is where Troy, who is the protagonist's... This is a long connection. The protagonist's semi-girlfriend's boyfriend. You know, the big butch guy.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes mental... and steals a boat, and just drives the boat through hundreds of people panicking in the water.
Yeah, and
kills.
He kills more people than the piranhas do.
Yeah,
he's the biggest menace of this film. It should be called Troy 3D. This film. Oh, there's already a film called that.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah. Okay, that took me a minute to remember, but yeah.
Look at that. That's what film knowledge. That's what people tune in for. Clever film puns. He just plows through loads of people, and you see them just go flying in the air. And what I really liked, as this big long scene starts, you can see there's a girl swimming behind the boat, and it looks like that maybe she's just like holding onto the boat, but she's actually played into the next scene where she's the girl that got her hair.
Oh god, yeah.
She gets her hair caught in the propeller.
Yeah.
And obviously he's trying to start the propeller again. It's really like there's loads of close-ups. It's all tense, and they do a practical effect of her face just flying off as he turns it on, which does then do a really weirdly nice like transition cut to the boat, which is stuck in some reeds with the same kind of propeller problem. And I thought, why is this film suddenly going to turn into, we're going to do clever artsy cinematography now in the middle of this kind of, hey, look, here's some breasts, here's some gore.
Gore fest, breast fest, boner comedy. Can I say that on the radio?
No, you definitely
erection
can't
comedy.
say
Can we
that.
say erection comedy?
Can we say erection comedy?
No, I don't think you can.
Can we say this film killed my boner so many times I thought I was sterile?
Then again, it's doing the thing. I don't even know this. You can include this. It's doing the thing that America does. That it with radio, just in general, that they don't care about us talking about gore. I mean, we had the whole thing about Bunnyman last week.
Yeah.
But if we mention anything to do with sex, immediately off the air.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's just
very
like,
strange, though,
do you not find that really weird? And it's way more so in America, like, because Europe is very okay with sex, but Britain is like also okay with it, but less than Europe is. But I think America is very anti it, and it's just, I don't know, I just find it really weird that they're completely okay.
Thanks
with
for that history of radio, Jack.
And alienating all our American viewers.
But it's now time for a game.
I thought that was a really interesting bit.
I didn't get to mention my interesting fact about this film.
Interesting fact. Go on.
Do you know what I also liked about this film?
What?
Not only is Christopher Lloyd of Back to the Future fame in this film, but there is another character who also appeared in Back to the Future, but namely Back to the Future 2 and 3. And that was the girl they replaced Jenny with. So in the first film, all the characters, Jenny and George McFly, are played by a different actor in the sequels because they didn't want to come back and do it for some weird reason. So Elizabeth Shrew, who is the police lady who tases a piranha, which I
probably
thought
kills more people with that same taser.
She killed all those people, is Jennifer from the Back to the Future film.
Oh.
Which is nice to see them two back together in a film.
Yeah.
Made me happy.
I'm sure they had good memories from filming on that.
Do you remember when we made a better film? You were still playing the mad scientist in that one. You've really moved on as a character.
And then they compared bank accounts and had equally little money, which is why they were doing this.
We have to go back and stop the piranhas, Marty.
I was really hoping for I thought this film would be, hey, we've got him for a reference. But no.
I really don't like in-your-face references, so I would have walked out.
What do you mean walked out?
That's why I didn't like Fanboys.
Yeah.
Which you'll hear about at some point on the Bargain Bin podcast.
Probably. When we find...
Here's a note for anyone who wants to make a podcast at home. Don't bring your phone into a recording studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've done it for the last 3 weeks. It's been
sometimes it
completely
goes.
fine.
Has anyone got a text message?
No.
No.
Right.
I have... no, I got Lennon's Death and Disappearing Planes. I don't know what Lennon... Wait, did Lennon die? I thought he died ages ago.
Yeah, Lennon, the Russian...
Yeah, exactly.
Russian Marxist guy.
John Lennon being shot outside his New York apartment. Wait, so it happened... Oh, today in history.
Oh.
Didn't say that
I was really worried I was stuck in like a time... We've gone back!
Gone back.
Didn't say that on the news report thing. Okay.
What was I saying?
I don't know. But this is going to be
like
really
Fanboys.
fun for you to edit.
Yeah.
This is all over the place.
Oh, well.
You didn't start a timer.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, but I can just go and look and see how long we've been recording for. Take off like 30 seconds.
Someone intro the game. Are you doing the game on
wait,
me this
wait,
week?
wait a second, because I might as well just go in.
Alright.
I might as well just see.
Game.
Do you want to intro the game? I know you two say it, and I'll do it this week. Okay. Well, tempted.
You want to do it?
Now let's talk shit about Jack while he's gone.
Hopefully he muted. Oh, he can hear us. You going to edit this bit out?
Maybe.
Oh, no. In case anyone's not following at home, Jack's just gone to go check the recording to make sure we're still on time, vaguely.
We've been going for 28 minutes.
Whoa!
Yeah.
But take off.
Take off 10.
10.
Because
No,
we spent,
no,
spent a while
but
looking
take
at
off-
props.
Because just take off the first... Yeah, take off 10, so...
Yeah.
So we got
Doesn't
to
matter,
say
does it?
45 minutes.
Okay, so you two... So intro the game,
Okay.
explain the rules again, give the example that we did last week, and then you two say the words.
Before we go on, I'll just quickly... What do you guys think of Piranha? Give me your rating. Then we'll
Okay.
move on. Right. I think that's enough on Piranha for 1 week until we look at the sequel because, gun
We will.
legs.
Gun legs.
So, Jack, quickly, give us a arbitrary rating system and...
We didn't
what
do
you-
ratings last week.
Did we not do ratings last
No,
week?
we
I think
just kind
we
of
did.
ended the discussion. We did it on the first week, but last week we didn't do any ratings.
We're bringing them back, baby.
We're bringing them back
And this time they're better. 'cause
on the world's most inconsistent podcast.
Yep.
sometimes it's every week. And then
Sometimes it
it's
doesn't
not.
air for 2 weeks in a row.
No, it was only 1
Grrr.
week.
No, it didn't air this week either, Jack.
Gonna have
Wait,
to
yeah,
cut
but
out
this
in
week-
case they hear it.
Wait, it didn't air this week?
No,
Why?
because the guy who puts them on the system went home for the weekend.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
At least it's on YouTube or SoundCloud or Podbean. I made a lot of accounts yesterday trying to find.
Anyway,
free
start
podcasts.
that again with the ratings.
Anyway, I think that's enough of Piranha. But before we move on, let's jump back to something we haven't done for a while. Let's bring back the arbitrary rating system. Jack, give us an arbitrary rating system and tell me what you thought of Piranha.
Okay, so I like Piranha. I thought it was... I don't know, it's like hard to rate because it is just a very, very B movie, like it...
Would you call it a double D movie?
Yeah, I go with that. And yeah, I don't fucking know.
How many
Like,
piranhas out of 10?
Don't swear!
Yeah, but obviously we're gonna. Yeah. Yeah.
How many piranhas out of 10, Jack?
Okay, I would give this film 6 piranhas out of 10.
4.
Piranhas out of 10, or
4.
just 4?
Just the number 4?
4.
I'd give it 8 piranhas out of 10 for being the most piranha film I've ever seen. Right, on to the next section of this show, without any form of transition or indeed jingle. It's the game!
Yay, the game time.
Whoa, it's a
What
game.
did we call it? Quick make a movie.
Yeah, quick make a movie.
Okay.
Welcome to Quick Make a Movie!
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, you're screwed now, because each week I'm going to make you do that.
Well, no, because the first week we did like game.
Uh-huh,
Game.
Each week you got to do a different one now,
Each
Jack.
week there's going to be
Sure.
a different jingle.
Oh,
Welcome to
Jack's
the
gonna
world's
do it.
most inconsistent podcast.
Right, last week, well, not last week, whenever we last made a podcast, I was the one that had to make a quick film out of a character from a film and another film in general.
Yeah, but it
Right?
can be anything.
It can be
It can be
anything.
anything. So this week, it's Nick's turn.
Yay.
So we're going to have a countdown from 5. We're going to say a film character or a film or whatever, and then Nick's got a minute to think of something in his head and then say it to us.
A plot for a film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking those two things. So when we did it last time, I said Paul Blart Mall Cop, and Jack said Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and you came up with that was quite an easy one because Adam
Yeah.
came up with the idea of basically Jake Peralta being a mall cop,
Yeah.
which was a very straightforward one.
And where else can you go with it, really?
Yeah,
And how has that not been an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Unless
I
it is
don't
in the
know.
5th season, which I haven't seen.
it might
so,
be.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm down for that one.
have you guys got something in your mind?
Does it have to be a film character or it can be an actor?
It can be,
Yeah, I suppose it has to be a character.
yeah.
Okay, character, okay.
Wait, so a character, and so what, I have to say a film then? Because if you just say 2...
Well, no, because you can just give an idea of 2 characters, and I can do that.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want.
Just give me 10
A
seconds.
location, a film, a character, TV show, an object, whatever you want, and I have to make a film out of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a countdown from 5 and we'll say them together.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gromit.
Trinity from the Matrix.
So we've got Gromit from the hit animated show Wallace and Gromit, and we have Trinity from the Matrix. Okay.
Jack, you really love that one, didn't you?
Because I'm just imagining Gromit in the, like,
Don't
late
spoil my
text.
idea. Do not spoil my idea, Jack. Do not spoil my idea.
I'd like to see where you go with this silent character.
Okay. So, imagine. Fade in from black on the blue wallpaper with the bones on it of Gromit's bedroom. There's a slight green tint on the screen. Gromit wakes up, stands up, and walks down the stairs. He walks into his living room and sees the back of a person he doesn't quite recognise. That person turns around. It is Gromit in a suit with sunglasses on. He says, "How are you this morning, Gromit?" Gromit gives him a blank stare. Then Wallace pulls out a gun and starts firing at Gromit. So Gromit has to run away. And as he runs away, he passes a phone. And on this phone is Trinity from the Matrix in a black trench coat. She's phoning in to the Matrix system. And she's like, "Oh, I got to help this dog." So Trinity chases Gromit. She catches him. She pulls him out the Matrix. And she introduces him to Keanu Reeves. She introduces him to Morpheus. And Gromit is now part of the Matrix team and goes back in. And Gromit's in a trench coat doing all the fighting with all the bullets in slow-mo. And the whole time he's still got that sad, silent face. And then at the end, he has to kill the Mr. Smith Wallace clone. And Trinity has to help him. And then Gromit dies.
Oh.
Is he
That's real
resurrected
sad.
at the end like that Jesus imagery in
Revelations?
The film is called The Matrix.
Oh,
The Matrix Reloaded.
that was the second one.
Reloaded to the wrong trousers.
I was really disappointed you didn't go with my idea of having Gromit, being in the Trinity latex coat thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought I'd say that because
Dead air. Keep that in. We're in shock. We didn't think of that.
Oh, no.
Because that was my immediate thought when Gromit and Trinity came up. So just thought I'd let you know that.
I'd like the idea that instead of Wallace being the Agent Smith characters, it was Feathers McGrew.
Feathers McGrew, the penguin. I should have included him. But oh well.
That was good. That was a good game.
It was a good game. Tune in next week for another game on the Bargain Bin podcast.
On Brayford Radio. Thanks for the outro music, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. On to our next film.
Next
the
film.
2001 heist drama thriller, The Score, starring Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, and Marlon Brando.
The most boring film I've seen with such a good cast.
It's a great cast, and you see thriller heist movie, you think this is going to be amazing. Robert De Niro and Edward Norton robbing a place. It is so dull.
Yeah.
For reference, I've been promised a heist film since we've been doing this because I love heist films. And the last time I was promised a heist film by you, it was a film called The Opposite of Sex, which one day we'll probably get round to talking about. And I've never been bored to tears because that movie bored me to tears. And I was really looking forward to another heist film. And you came on with The Score, and 90% of this film is just dull character stuff where they're in different rooms just talking to each other. 10% of it is a vaguely interesting heist.
The heist itself, towards the end of the film, was an okay heist.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
It was
like
alright.
yeah, the heist was good, but the rest of the film, the hour and a half to get to the heist, was so
awful.
dull.
There's a whole jazz club subplot which I wasn't paying attention
Yeah,
to.
Robert De Niro's got to do the heist to help Marlon Brando pay money for his jazz club, because Marlon Brando's like the fence that sells all the items, and Edward Norton is this new kind of like hacker kid who's set up the heist and wants a bigger cut and has to work with Robert De Niro. And all the way through, Edward Norton does this thing where the character he's playing is this cocky young guy, thinks he's too big for his boots, he wants more money on the heist, but his in for the heist is working as a janitor at the building that they're going to rob. But in order to be a janitor at this building, he is constantly doing his best Rain Man impression, so no one suspects him. And it is awful and quite offensive.
Oh yeah, it's not like it's not tastefully done because the character's not tasteful.
No.
But neither is the story. It's really it is quite offensive, but does it serve it? Basically, what I'm trying to get at, does it serve its purpose? Do you think?
Kind of.
I mean, he could have just been a normal janitor. I
He
don't
could have
understand
been-
why he needed
I still
to...
can't figure out why.
Because it's like no one's going to expect the disabled guy,
The usual
of
suspects,
being
principal.
the bad guy. But yeah. Anyway, he wasn't just acting as a disabled janitor though. He was literally using the same voice, mannerisms, facial movements as Dustin Hoffman does in Rain Man. And I'm not sure what annoyed me more, the fact he was being offensive to disabled people or the fact he was legitimately just copying Rain Man.
Bit of both, really.
Shame on
Probably
you, Edward
the Rain
Norton.
Man thing.
Shame on you. Do you think you have to rewrite this script? Do you think Edward Norton added that in himself?
Maybe.
Probably.
But fun fact about, as we all know, Marlon Brando is a bit of a expletive to everyone and everyone on every set he's ever been on. On this set, he bullied and annoyed the director so much that the director refused to be on set with him and had to give Robert De Niro a walkie-talkie in order for De Niro to
Liaison?
Yeah, so he gave his instructions to Brando on a walkie-talkie to Robert De Niro. Then Robert De Niro had to direct Brando. That's how bad he hated him. And also, the director himself is the one and only Frank Oz of the Muppet Show fame, the puppeteer for Yoda and Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I know.
What a
I
strange
was
leap.
really shocked when I saw the name. I was like, it can't be him. And then I clicked, and it's the Frank Oz of, voice of Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear, puppeteer and voice of Yoda in all the Star Wars films. He made this film, which is really
weird.
strange.
Has he had like filming credentials before in like a director?
He's directed a couple of things, but this is so different to anything else.
Oh.
He wanted to get gritty and serious,
Yeah.
and then work with Marlon Brando. Was like, oh no,
No,
don't want to do this now.
Marlon Brando's that's the thing. Marlon Brando kept calling him Little Miss Piggy on set and refused to call him anything else.
Oh,
and it
God.
got to him so much he couldn't be on set with him.
Jesus.
I mean, that would annoy me. But I also like kind of think, how many times do they have to film his scenes? Because Marlon Brando isn't in it that much. Like
He's
in
not.
it.
He's in like a couple of scenes.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how many times do
Probably
they?
why.
But it's Marlon Brando, so filming one of those scenes would have taken 3 weeks.
Yeah, that
Because-
is true.
He's not a great guy.
No. Is he terrible in all of his films? Because obviously he's terrible in. Well, when I say terrible, I mean expletive, but not acting wise. But
Terrible as being a terrible human being on set.
Yeah, that's the
and
one.
behind the scenes.
But
Yeah.
an excellent actor.
Yeah,
A great actor, not a nice person.
just because like I know he's supposed to be terrible in Godfather.
Godfather, he was all kind of troubles on set. He
Yeah.
didn't know any of his lines. They actually had to write his lines on paper and stick them to the front of characters
Yeah.
who were facing him so that you couldn't see on camera, and he'd read the lines off his other actors' chests. Apocalypse Now, he was awful for. He showed up 3 weeks late, overweight, hadn't read the script or the book it was based on, refused to film for about 2 more weeks. Francis Ford Coppola had to sit with him in the jungles in the Philippines where they were filming on set with all the cast crew and extras around for literally 2 weeks until Brando agreed to do like these 3 scenes, one of which was just Brando in a dark room in front of a camera spewing nothing out his mouth, spewing absolute poo-poo. And they managed to cut that like hour-long thing down into like a 2-minute speech, which vaguely makes sense for the character, but that's the effort they had to go through to get him in the movie.
So I see. This is what I don't get with actors. This is my, I still don't understand about the film industry. How can you be that bad on a set and still get work and still get recognised?
I've no clue.
Like,
Well-
if he's still like that, yeah, he's a great actor, but surely that would outweigh the production cost and value of him in a film. Is he still in this currently in this film era we're in? Is he still such a
No,
star?
he's
I
dead.
mean, he's been dead for the
He's
last
been dead for
15
like
years.
15 years.
I know
the score,
nothing about him.
The score was his last film he completed shooting on.
Really?
Yeah, before he died.
I mean, he died like 3 years later, mainly because I just looked it up.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I knew he was dead, but I didn't know how long ago he died. But the reason that
Very
the reason I asked that entire tangent is because he's in the only other film other than Godfather, the score that I've seen him in is a film called A Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a play, right?
yeah.
it's a play.
We
It
just
was
study it for
book,
English.
play.
Yeah.
Tennessee Williams
Yeah.
wrote it.
It's actually it's pretty
It's
good.
pretty good.
But I just wonder whether he was terrible, like a terrible person in that film as well.
Maybe because he plays a terrible character in that
Yeah,
film. But
but-
maybe it was an ego thing as he got more and more famous.
Exactly. That's why I asked, because that was done like 20 years before The Godfather. So I kind of think like, oh, was he terrible? Was it only when he got to like more and more fame that the ego got to him?
Maybe. Or maybe he just was always an arsehole.
Yeah. Which
We can say that,
Oh,
right?
yeah, this is definitely going on YouTube.
Alright. No, but can I say arsehole
No.
on Brayford
You
Radio?
can't say arsehole on Braveheart.
Why
You
not?
can definitely not say arsehole.
you can say cunt though.
Oh yeah, they're fine with that. It's really...
Cunt!
Oh, you could edit that one out. Fucking hell, that was loud.
Oh no, this is why I'm completely fine with this because like Nick's editing this week, so
Oh yeah, the next week when you guys are we really fucking stern.
Ooh, excuse me.
Got a sneeze coming, guys. Phil.
I really need
Stevens.
some food.
Oh,
We're going to the Swan after.
Yeah, I know. I had some bacon sandwiches earlier and they were so good.
Oh, interesting fact. Swan's our local pub. There you go.
Yeah, the Swan is the local student pub on campus, and we will be going there afterwards to drown our sorrows.
Yes. So if anybody would like to join us, which
If you've got a time machine,
If you've got a time machine,
Yeah.
come back to Wednesday the 5th at about 8 o'clock.
and buy us all a drink.
Buy us all a drink, please.
we're not going to buy you a drink,
Paul.
but if you want to buy us a drink,
We can't buy all our fans. There's literally 10 of them. Tens.
tens. Okay, well this bit's terrible. So
Anyway, the score. So,
the score. What would you give the score?
Yeah, how many golden French scepters out of 10 would you rate this film?
You were
about
gonna
that, about that many?
Yeah.
About that many.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack. How many really tasteful representations of people with disabilities would you give this out of 10?
Like, see, because I don't like your scoring system, I'm going to rate it out of 30.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's more accurate to how I've laid it out,
yeah.
I think.
So I'd give it like a 17 out of 30.
Let's say 30 is like Rain Man and Forrest Gump, and 0 is like the Ben Stiller bit from the start of Tropic Thunder.
I haven't seen Tropic Thunder.
You know the quote, though, that one of the world's most famous actors says to him.
Yeah.
You know what Iron Man says to him in that bit, right?
No, I've never seen Tropic Thunder.
I never go full retard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I've seen. Yeah,
You can't say that on the
I can
radio.
say that, it's a quote, but I can't go on the radio.
fair enough.
Out of 30, Jack, I see what you've done there.
I would give it 17 out of 30.
Wow.
That's a good rating.
A great score. Adam, what would you give the score? What score would you give the score
What
if you
score
had
would I
to
give the
score the score?
I would give it, it's so dull, like 4 Edward Nortons out of a possible 26. It was that dull.
Yeah. I don't even know a number, so.
Yeah. Well, you've already done one.
Four.
There we go. Edit that one back in for when you struggled with getting a number the first time.
No, you're gonna have to say it again because I went so it'd be yeah.
4.
Nice.
I'd like to see you actually put that where it should be. You're definitely not going to do it.
I'm just going to cut out the shit and slap it all in. Anyway, so it's the time of the show where we review this week's trailers.
Ooh, trailers.
At least one of these I haven't seen.
So this week we'll be looking at
Sorry, pause. You haven't seen it?
Well, it depends on which one he's going to pick.
Artemis Fowl.
That's the one.
Or do you want to watch it now?
Yeah, quickly watch it. Live reactions.
I never read the book. Did you read the book?
Was that wait?
No. Save this because this is an interesting. Bit
I
to
didn't
go
read
on.
the books. If you've
Yeah,
read
that's
the
an-
books,
I never
that's
read
good.
the books, but I remember reading. See, that's the thing. I remember reading the first half of it and being really, really bored, and I never understood why anybody.
I
liked
did
it.
that as well.
Yeah.
I read the first third and I was like,
So
Okay.
I have no idea. I know the name.
We can
No
talk about it for
context.
30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
We can talk about Captain Marvel and Lion King for ages. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Live reviews.
What is it?
Artemis
No,
Fowl.
Artemis Fowl, is it? Fucking hell, how do you spell it? Artemis Fowl trailer. It's Disney as well,
Oh, is
which
it?
is weird. Yeah. Do you want to take your headphones off as well?
Oh yeah. For some reason I thought it'd just come through here.
Wait, it's only a minute and a half long.
Were these the only ones that came out this week? They were interesting.
I don't know. Nick's just said the ones, so I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, those three. They're like the 3 big ones from the past 2 weeks.
Has never been in more danger. Human greed is what drove us underground all those years ago. To escape from your rapacious appetite.
I do like the music.
I warn you, boy. You are not prepared for the truth behind what you seek.
That reminds me of the Transformers opening.
Yeah. I mean, the setting of it is kind of cool. It's like, if you ever... Do you know the Shadowrun games?
Artemis Fowl.
So it's like high fantasy meets sci-fi.
Oh, I should like it. Ooh. It's giving me vibes of Hugo.
Percy Jackson.
Hugo?
Do you remember Hugo? Hugo?
The
Hugo.
Martin Scorsese
The
film?
Martin Scorsese
one of the
one
few
about
Scorsese
films.
that I've ever seen. Sorry, that I've seen that I haven't liked.
Yeah, it's not great.
I just
Yeah.
know like the
One of-
kid,
one
the
of
weird
two.
robots. and
Which the
stuff.
other one?
Cape Fear.
I haven't seen that.
Cape Fear was very boring, and the only thing that kept me interested was the fact that Robert De Niro was fucking amazing in it.
Robert
He's
De Niro's
so good.
great in, well, he's great in all the Scorsese stuff,
She-
and then everything else he does is like,
Yeah, the main girl in it, she is also in. Oh, what is she in? Because I saw her in something else as well. Oh my god. No, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna piss me off.
Fantastic. Let me just check out the Lion King trailer.
It's literally just the opening.
I imagine
scene.
it was like a shot for shot.
Yeah.
It's just.
Except it's a
Pride
shot for
Rock.
shot, but it's a shit shot for shot because it doesn't have any of the colour of the animation, so it doesn't have anywhere near the impact.
Everything the light touches.
I do like how they got back what's his face to do Mufasa though.
But-
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Isn't Chiwetel Ejiofor the scar in it?
I thought he was Simba.
No, he's Scar. Donald Glover is Simba. Childish Gambino.
And will rise with you
Is it?
as the new
Yeah.
king.
Cool.
Alright, I think it's
And Beyonce is Nala.
Oh.
oh, she's in From Dusk Till Dawn. That was the other thing that I saw her in and was like, why do you keep on getting acting roles? You're a terrible actor. Oh, can we just watch the normal Lion King?
Yeah.
It's such a good film. Like, I couldn't give a flying fuck about any of these live action ones, but
This
all
is
of
the one I'm
the
going to bring
original-
up with this about
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah. So we'll start with Artemis Fowl,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Do you want to just like start from the beginning?
So we're now at the section of the show where we talk about the trailers that have come out this week. This week, Captain Marvel, Lion King, and Artemis Fowl have all had trailers. So let's start with Artemis Fowl. I personally I never fully read the books. I read a third of the first one and was like, I don't care. Oh, sorry, that was my foot.
No, it sounded like someone's phone.
Yeah, I
was
thought it was a
ringing.
ring, but-
yeah.
No, I've had no messages.
So the first trailer we'll look at this week is Artemis Fowl. It's based off the famous book series, which was around when we were like young teens, I guess.
Yeah,
or
I guess
just
like
before then,
like 2000, maybe 5 to 10, something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
I remember reading like the first third of the first book and not liking it, not being interested, and there was a lot of people who were reading it saying it was really good. I think you were the same, weren't you?
Yeah,
Jack?
exactly the same situation. That I was just I read it, and because I read a lot when I was younger, and so I would get through a book, like a 400-page book in a week, and I got through it the first. Okay, yeah, sure. I got through the first half in like 3 or. Oh, read my book! Oh, I'm gonna read a book. 400 pages in a week. So I got through the first half in a few days, and I never understood why people liked it. Like, it was, looking back on it, it's a really interesting setting. Like, high fantasy meets sci-fi, which is what a series of games called the Shadowrun series do as well. And I think that's a really cool, interesting setting. But I think the film follows Artemis Fowl, which is the same as a book, but he's only like 13 or something.
He's like 10, isn't he?
I think he's 13. to
Well,
be fair.
because one thing I was going to mention, the trailer looks okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like a minute and a half. It's not much to go on.
It's like it all looks pretty okay. I didn't really get a grasp as to what the story is or what's going on, but the guy who's playing Artemis Fowl, he looks like 9-10 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's a good choice for like the main character in what's definitely going to become a franchise film.
He'll
It's
age
like
with the audience, though.
he will age with the audience, but normally you'd get someone a bit older to play someone that age, because have you ever seen, like, very rarely do you see someone like under the age of 12 give a genuinely good, convincing performance.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing though. You can have a genuinely good, convincing performance, which is like basically never. But then you can have decent performances, like the three in the first couple Harry Potters. Like they're all right.
Oh, I don't think Philosopher's Stone's very good.
No.
No, but I think they're okay for
I
child
think
actors.
they
I
get
think they're
good.
all right.
Good around film 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when, like, I can watch this again.
Yeah, that's when they're like 13. So that's the thing. I think that you, like, for actors, you start getting good at like 12, 13 because all the Stranger Things kids are like
I guess.
13, 14. So
So
Well,
there
did-
could be hope. But
Did you ever read the Artemis Fowl's book, Adam?
No, I have no idea about. I've heard the name, but I've never heard any of this. So watching the trailer, it's my first jump into it, and it just felt kind of generic. I don't know if that's maybe because like the book set the tone and lots of things have copied it, but to me this felt, all the shots felt like Pan and Valerian, and weirdly like, I don't know, like Men in Black, but like Men in Black 3, which wasn't done very well, that weird CG in that. it all felt like an amalgamation of all this. There was nothing standout apart from the bit with the girl in the white dress. Her movement, it was very weird and non-organic, but like butterfly. I quite like that.
I think this film will probably just fly under the radar because in my head, it's one of those young adult novels, young adult novel trilogies which we've seen before. They've all been made into movies now. The Divergent series, Hunger Games, Maze Runner, Percy Jackson. It's just so oversaturated. This kid's the special one and he's going to save the world. That kind of plot and that whole arc is so overdone and oversaturated. I don't see why people still care for it.
Do you think, though, because this is such a younger main character, where all of the ones you've just listed are
late teens,
mid-teens, he's 10?
I don't know.
I mean, the
I'm not
character,
sure how old
what's
he's
the character,
supposed to
do you
be,
think?
but
Well, he looks about 10,
he looks
11.
10, 11.
Do you think it's kind of doing the first Harry Potter thing, where it's young enough where if you are that age, it will catch you,
Maybe.
and then whatever happens, you're going to go with
it'll
it.
still make a profit. People will still see it. They'll still make a second and a third one.
I think they will do what Percy Jackson did and only get to a sequel.
Possibly.
I think if it's like,
But I just feel this whole kid saving the world, I suppose it's like that fantasy kids have and it like fulfills that. But there's so much of it already, especially over the past 10 years. We've just been exploded with young adult novels being made into movies. Like The Mortal Engines is coming out soon. That's another one.
I'm kind of interested in that one. Just because
It's
it's
interesting
such a
'cause
weird concept.
It's a weird concept. That's like different, but it's still on that same vein.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on Artemis Fowl.
One thing, just of the teen, like young teen genre of books, what I'm surprised they never made more of one film on is the Alex Rider series.
Oh yes, because that
Yeah.
had a massive budget and barely made any money.
I remember this film because it was the first time I had like my disagreement with an English teacher, because like, I've never read the book, but I think the film is great. He's like, no, you'll read the book in class, and he'd be like, that film is rubbish. I was like, no, it won't. I was like, oh, this film, like, there's so much better action. There's like more stakes. And
There was
the
a lot
films-
of changes.
Yeah, it was weird. Like after I read the book for class, I was like, it's completely different. And I am surprised that there isn't like a resurgence of that film. I think that's a really cool thing to go back to.
I'm
like a
surprised
Netflix.
it hasn't been a
Yeah.
Netflix series or an Amazon
I
series.
think personally, I think it's going to be like a Prime thing because it's very similar to like Jack Ryan. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's Jack Ryan for kids.
I just want to see those original, that 6-book series that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you did as well. Read them all. I want to see that Alex Rider 6-story arc just in some way brought to screen.
I think that'd be really good.
I
but
think
done
with
well.
the success of Jack Ryan and Amazon Prime, that will be more likely than you think. I think there will be, obviously the teen audience is something that everyone wants, and that did really well commercially. I think if they're smart, that's probably the next era, like young teen spy thrillers, because there's none of that.
As
I
long
think
as they
that's new.
just stop at book 6, because there were 2 or 3 after that. I just
Yeah.
didn't care for.
There was
read
at
them.
least 3.
It-
Were they not good?
I remember buying
it,
them all.
it might have been me growing
Yeah,
out of
that's
it,
what I think.
but also they weren't great.
No. So obviously, like growing out of it is one factor of it, but they also just weren't as good because it was just like it was.
He'd gone.
Yeah, okay, it's fixed itself a bit now. It's like they were kind of he was beating a dead horse basically.
Yeah,
like
the author had seen like, oh, my like box set of these 6 books is selling really well. Everyone's loving them. I should write more. And it was like, no, maybe not.
Slight tangent off of you. We can include this. Who cares? Of beating a dead horse. Did you see that tweet that Peter put out that was
Yes.
like, stop using anti-animal imagery. So
Instead of
let's-
saying beating a dead horse, say feed a fed horse.
yeah. It's like 6 phrases that are all just like that.
It's awful. Wait,
Oh.
I've got them here. I saved them because it's funny.
Yeah.
Do you want to put it in, but without this bit of context, and see if anyone notices?
What we just
just
saw.
Instead of
using
feeding
it.
a horse, instead of overfeeding a horse to death and kicking it,
And then
okay, why not just not
Punching it.
use a
I
dead
don't know.
horse instead of clubbing a baby seal?
Here we go. Okay.
Oh,
So
how about instead of
This is the tweet from Peter. Words matter, and as our understanding of social justice evolves, our language evolves with it. Here's how to remove speciesism from your daily conversations. instead of using killing two birds with one stone, say feed two birds with one scone. Instead of saying be the guinea pig, say be the test tube. Instead of saying beat a dead horse, say feed a fed horse. And then they go on to tweet afterwards, just as it became unacceptable to use racist, homophobic, or ableist language, phrases that trivialise cruelty to animals will vanish as more people begin to appreciate animals for who they are and start bringing home the bagels instead of the bacon.
Confirmed. Oh, fuck, that was way too close. Confirmed. Peter are all furries.
I like bringing home the bagels, though.
Bringing home the bagels instead of bringing home the bacon.
I think it's...
I would like to see them write that tweet and have some guy over his shoulder going, careful. Because this will get us in a lot of trouble where you write the next sentence.
Yeah, I feel comparing it to, like, racism is very like, okay.
Like, saying a racist phrase is the same as saying kill two birds with one stone, because animals matter the same as humans.
Like,
no,
okay.
maybe not.
Okay, Peter. Okay.
Anyway, Artemis Fowl. I'm guessing we're all.
Yeah.
If it comes out when I'm at home, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's how. That's the kind of film.
I mean,
Anyway.
It's also only a minute and a half long, so I don't think that we really get enough of.
This is the announcement trailer, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Next, the Captain Marvel trailer.
Oh boy.
We got all the Marvel fanboys.
Yay.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Look how generic this film
Look
looks.
how generic and average it looks.
Yeah.
And look how it's like, oh, look, we're a superhero film with a woman character. Come see us.
Why can't they
Thanks.
just make a good one?
Just make a good one and don't put it in my face that it's a female lead. Just let her be a female lead without bringing attention to it.
How has Black Widow not had a film yet? I know it's coming in like
know.
2025 or whatever, but like,
Because she's
come
really
on.
depressing. If you want the truth, it's just she's really depressing.
Yeah, but like,
They are planning on doing a. There was a rumor of a TV, Marvel streaming service of her and Hawkeye, because obviously you can't make a Hawkeye film because nothing will happen, and the Black Widow film is just like a spy thriller.
Yeah, but like the only reason Black Widow's in the Avengers to begin with was to be the female character. As an Avenger, she's useless. She just like hits people. She's just a martial arts person.
Which I do find funny compared to like Iron Man, who's just like a walking tank that can just shoot missiles and destroy like planets.
That is the sole reason that they've brought Captain Marvel in, is because she is like the apex kind of hero. She's the one about with the Superman-esque comparison.
The thing is I thought that's what Doctor Strange was. He can like manipulate everything.
Space and time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought he was. I thought that was his role. And then to bring someone else in and be like, now they're the most powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, and now they're the most powerful.
Now this villain's the most powerful
That's
because they've got
called
to
the,
fight someone.
Warp effect. Star Trek fans will correct me. It's basically where to introduce a new
No
character.
one's watching this or listening to this.
Whoever, if you want to introduce a new character and to make them strong, you make them beat up the next strongest character, and that was Worf in Star Trek. It's the same principle. This is how you demonstrate it in like the Marvel films. She will beat Thanos.
It's like in Dragon Ball. That's what they. That's why like in the 80s or whatever, the power level 9,000 meme, good meme. But
Best meme.
but like
meme.
That
now
meme is over 9,000. Am I right?
Audio.
But like I don't know what it is exactly now because I don't care. But it's like over 1 million. Because they just had to keep on one-upping themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what the trouble you run into when you just keep on getting these really, really powerful characters. So then, I don't know. Because that's the thing, like, in the next film, it's just going to be, well, not, so like after Infinity War, it's just going to be like, someone comes along.
So who do we get to fight the most strong character now?
Yeah, exactly. Just get Captain Marvel in. Because she'll come. Like, I don't know. I hope Thanos doesn't die. I hope that like she uses like her brain to do it rather than just pure fighting strength or something. I don't know.
I'm just like, with all the Marvel stuff, I know there's a huge fan base for it out there who are really involved. I like the films, I watch the films, I enjoy the films, but I'm just like, they're okay overall. I mean, and this from the trailer, Captain Marvel just looks bang average.
I know nothing. So all the other Marvel films I've had some grasp on. I know nothing about Captain Marvel or like any of the iterations of it. So, to me, this is kind of... it's not the most appealing of all of them. I like that it's not set on Earth for a lot of it. I like it's somewhere else. Kind of like how I like...
It is all set on Earth.
They're in space for some of it. You know, I mean, like, they're not fighting in New York.
Oh.
It's not New York being blown up. It's not LA being blown up. It's someone in space for a bit. Which I liked about Guardians because I got really bored of just everyone destroying Manhattan or something.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. I like how accurate it is to what she looks like now in terms of like costume, because you rarely get that with comic books in anything, which I thought was kind of cool to see.
By the way, the mohawk looks dumb.
Yeah, it looks awful
it looks
in my
so
opinion.
bad.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to pull off because the character in the comics has like shaved side bits, so it makes sense that she's got like the tuft at the top.
Yeah.
But
it's like
It's
she
only
has
with her
when
helmet
she's
on.
walking around,
Yeah.
she has normal hair, and then when she puts the helmet on, this like red mohawk comes out, and it's like,
Yeah. Also, one thing that I thought was that I've literally only just thought of, the comparisons to Green Lantern.
yeah, I've seen a lot of those where I don't know about her, like what she is, but yeah,
oh,
she's an
I'm
Air Force pilot.
just hearing that now, and just thinking about the trailer, the Air Force thing,
Yeah.
the space thing, the
Yeah.
energy thing.
It's really
It was-
similar.
Well, they are from the era which was they'll make a character, someone else made the exact same character, different name.
Yeah.
There's 2 Batmans in Marvel basically. There's 3 Supermans in Marvel. It's all backwards and forwards between them.
Well, plus the fact that Top Gun came out as well in the 80s, so they were probably like,
Yeah.
let's use a fighter
I'll
pilot.
be your wingman.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that sit there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let that reference
Anyway.
sink in a bit. I'm excited for it. I like them.
Captain Marvel.
I like these films.
I'll see it. I'll probably think it was average, and then I'll see Infinity War 2
Yeah.
and be like, okay, so they put Captain Marvel out so she could come and save the day at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, it's a bit. If they did this film earlier, it would have been much better because it's another origin film. Also, this is what I've just remembered I was going to bring up. Have you noticed a trend in trailers where the shot starts upside down and then slowly turns the right way up?
I've noticed that recently.
It was in the Artemis Fowl one, and it's nearly the similar shot. There's like they do it 3 times in the Captain Marvel one. Is that like a cinematic trend now that looks
Maybe.
cool?
I don't think it looks cool though. I think it looks all right.
Can I mention for a second, when you click on a trailer on YouTube and watch it, but the first 5 seconds of it is a 5-second mini trailer for
Yeah.
the trailer?
Yeah.
What's the point? Stop.
Well, you know why they do it.
They're all companies. Stop.
You know why they do it?
Why?
Because then they can like just put that as their ads,
Yeah.
so that before you can have the 5-second skip, so that you get a condensed 5-second version of the trailer to get you to watch it.
Super annoying.
And yeah, it's dumb, and they can't. I don't know why they can't just have that purely for their advertising trailer, but I don't know.
Well, the
Companies are
trailers
boring.
for trailers.
I don't know why I
at
say
the
companies are
moment.
boring.
You get like the trailer coming on Friday,
Yeah.
and you get like a 10-second one as well. I think they're a bit dumb. So
Anyway.
we'll get a trailer for a trailer for a trailer, and my head will explode.
Next trailer, The Lion King remake. The live-action remake of The Lion King, directed by Jon Favreau, who did The Jungle Book a couple of years ago.
Did he? Sorry, just quickly. Did he just star in, or did he direct Chef?
Directed Chef.
Nice,
Chef is
okay.
a really good movie.
Chef is
You should all
great.
go watch that.
Yeah.
Directed by Jon Favreau.
I do need to watch Chef.
A real nice movie. Anyway, The Lion King, it looks like
The Lion
a
King.
shot-for-shot remake just from this. It might be just this teaser trailer because they did the whole Pride Rock scene from the start and everything, and had the voiceover of everything in the light, you alone, and everything. Stay away from the dark. But in terms of CG, how it looked okay.
Yeah.
Like the Jungle Book did. It's fairly impressive. It's just, do we need it?
No.
No.
The answer is no. We don't.
Because
need
you can't go anywhere else with it because it's it's beloved, it's Disney, so they will just do the same thing again. There is no need for it apart from putting it in the new album of we're live action
films.
That's another thing. It's not live action.
Yeah, exactly.
It's CG.
There's no.
It's-
It's just
it's
as
just-
animated.
Yeah, it's
It's
3D.
as the
animated in
original
a
was.
different way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can't see where you would go with this or what you do. You don't need to retell the original. There was no problems or like issues.
No.
That's like, oh, if we only did this, the story would make 1,000 times more sense. Unless they're just going to show a really detailed and gruesome stampede.
No, they're going to do what they did last time, where it's just going to be him falling in and then like cutting to Simba.
But it's
and
edgy
then...
now, isn't it?
No,
You can hear Donald Glover screaming.
no.
Wait,
Donald
he's gonna
Glover
be-
isn't being kid Simba. Donald
Yeah.
Oh, is
Glover
he
is
not?
being adult Simba.
Who's kid
How would he
Simba?
do
Just
Kid
some
Simba?
kid.
It's
Just
just like
some
him, but
kid.
just like a higher version.
I reckon he could do it. He's a very talented actor.
He is a very talented man.
But I think I'm just getting a bit sick of all of the live action ones coming out so like soon, because like I didn't mind it, so there was Jungle Book like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and then
then
just this year
even we've had
or next year.
Cinderella was like 4 years
yeah.
ago, and then we have Beauty and the Beast. We've got a teaser for Aladdin came out like a few months ago.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. They're planning a lot more of them.
Sorry, I got a cough.
Yeah, see, that's my problem with it. Like, I don't mind them coming out, say, once a year, because that's about what the ratio that they were coming out with was before. But, like, they've got Lion King coming out, like, early next year, then, like, Aladdin and Dumbo.
Dumbo,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure they're all coming out in 2019. Like, I know Disney wants to, like, be top earner in every single month, but this is kind of ridiculous.
It's just going back to what I said on episode 2 of the Bargain Bin podcast when we were talking about trailers again. I was talking about Detective Pikachu and Toy Story 4, and I said, why can't companies just leave the properties alone? Why do they have to keep milking them for money? And it's the same thing with Disney taking all these animated classics, trying to remake them live action or 3D CG. You don't need to. The originals are great. Just leave them alone. I know you want money, but come up with some ideas, please.
It's the new 3D. It's like when James Cameron did Avatar, everything was in 3D.
Yeah.
This is just one of the cycles.
Yeah.
We'll eventually be done with it, like we're done with 3D.
Yeah, they will be done with it once they've cycled through all of their
Oh,
properties.
no, one will crash, and they will never do another one.
Well, no.
I don't know which one would crash,
They will keep
though.
going. They will keep going. Because they are all going to make money.
What one do you think is going to crash?
They're not stopping all the Star Wars films because Solo didn't do well.
I think, well, they're ramping down. They're not doing as many now.
Yeah, there isn't one coming out this Christmas. Wasn't there planned?
Well, no, because it was Solo
year.
This year.
Oh,
so they're
okay,
doing one a year.
They've
and Solo was
cancelled
this year.
all the spin-offs that we're going to do. They said we're not doing a Boba Fett one. We're not doing an Obi-Wan one.
They're still doing the Boba Fett TV show.
Oh yeah, they've changed that to do Jon Favreau's Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But they were going to do a film for Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and someone else. I can't remember the name.
Jar Jar.
Yeah, a whole Jar Jar prequel.
Wait, are you?
No, they're not doing a Jar Jar.
They're not
film.
doing a Jar Jar film. Do
Look,
not worry.
Imagine the
I'm very
balls
tired.
on the director.
Just like, oh, sorry. Yeah.
Have fun trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Why is Jack quiet for 3 seconds?
One thing, just for technical stuff, one thing that I think we could potentially do, and I don't know how we'd do it in fairness, but do you think we could potentially try and figure out a way to get us on 3 different things?
Yeah.
Wavelengths.
You just have to ask
things.
Ed how he did it, because I can't remember how
Because
I did it last year.
I just think that would be a lot easier because
Yeah.
because I'm editing last week. I noticed I was really loud.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It would have been a lot better if I were just a bit quieter.
There's definitely a way you can do it. However, I have no idea.
Unprofessionalism is the way to go.
That's what we're sold on. Wait until you see the thumbnail I made for this. It's basically hand drawn.
Oh, nice.
I can't draw, Jack.
So, The Lion King, we all think it looks okay in terms of technical stuff, but we're all like, I don't care, I don't need it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably
definitely
all
gonna
end
see
up
it.
seeing it. So,
I haven't seen any of the live action Disneys.
have you not?
No, not a
Do
single
you know
one.
what? Neither have I.
The Jungle Book.
I thought I had, but I haven't.
The Jungle Book is worth a watch
I liked the
I
Jungle
would
Book
say.
growing up.
because they have like Christopher Walken doing like a kind of a talking, singing thing, and he's King Louis, and it's all very creepy. It's kind of a lot darker than the cartoon,
Oh.
but it's worth a watch.
Yeah, fair enough. That's what I remember when it was coming out, was people asking what are they going to do for musical stuff. So yeah.
I just realised, because I had in my head, I wonder when they're going to do a Tarzan one. They already did
They
a
did a
Tarzan
Tarzan
one.
one. I
Yeah.
didn't even mention that with Margot Robbie.
But that
I
was like
completely forgot
a
about that.
darker version, wasn't it? It was like a bit
Yeah.
cooler.
But
I mean,
sexier.
you can't really do a live action version of a Disney movie unless it's like a straight up princess movie without doing like a dark version.
yeah, exactly. You got to do something different.
Didn't they do that for Cinderella? Didn't they make it a bit more kind of...
I don't know. Fun fact about the Cinderella movie, what's his name?
This is a fun fact, isn't it?
Let me get his name.
This is the bit where we
Who
edit
plays
out.
who plays
you think- but-
Rob Stark in Game of Thrones?
I don't know.
James Master? No.
Do you think?
Richard Manor. Okay, let me go in with this fact.
Do you think that the start of this was actually Snow White and the Huntsman? because that was a thing.
I
that came
remember
out.
those.
Snow White and the Huntsman. We didn't even.
There was
mention
3 of
that.
them, wasn't there?
There was 3.
I felt like
I knew
they
that there
kept
was
making-
2.
Oh, maybe it was 2. But there was another one. There was another Snow White film that came out with a very similar. That is like with a similar name, completely different cast, different tone. Like one was like, "Hey, fun and camp," and one was like dark, gritty emo.
Yeah, the dark gritty emo one that I was thinking of was the one with one of the what they called, the Thor people, the Thor brothers.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, the
Chris
one of the
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Yeah, I can't want to say the Hutchinsons, and I was like, that's. I think that's the guy from Hunger Games.
Yeah, Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, I think so.
his name is. Anyway, fact about the Cinderella movie: all the shots and scenes with Prince Charming in had to be filmed from the waist up because Richard Madden was, apart from long shots and stuff, Richard Madden was wearing these really tight white trousers that matched the costume, and it showed off everything. And they had to reposition the camera every time in all his close and mid shots so that nothing could be seen. And only showed him from like the back when they showed his full body because everything was just there.
Speaking of weird tangent, speaking of people looking at penises in films, when they made Age of Ultron, the guy who's the voice of Ultron?
James Spader.
James Spader. He did the mocap on set, and because at some point Ultron gets a new body and then he becomes 10 feet tall, it's him, and then they put a big stick on his back and then put some big lights where Ultron's eyes are so people can look. And Elizabeth Olsen, I think, is it Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Elizabeth
Who
Olsen.
plays Scarlet Witch, had a real trouble, her and the guy who played Quicksilver, real big trouble at looking at the eyes, because you just naturally drift to look at James Spader's eyes. Trouble is, James Spader's eyes was exactly where Ultron's crotch is. And when they did some of the early shots, you could just see her do this, and then just look dead into Ultron's balls.
That's a good fact. I like that.
So our third film for the week, as you know, when we go to the bargain bin every week, we like to try and pick out a film either one of us has seen and wants to show the other ones, or one we've never seen before. And this week, Jack picked out this film,
It's Team America, World Police.
Team America from 2004, the
Great
puppet comedy by the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
F yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
F
radio
yeah.
version of it.
Yeah.
F yeah.
I'd never seen this. Adam had never seen
Never
it.
seen it.
It's a great film.
It's great.
I love
It
their
is
humour so
hilarious.
much.
I love South Park. I'm a big South Park fan. I really like all the stuff Trey Parker and Matt Stone have done. So I don't know why I've never watched it, but I loved it from start to finish.
See, I'm not a fan of South Park.
Are you not?
But no, not really. It's not like, I get it, but it's just not my thing. But I love this. I think maybe this is like, because this is
I think it was my stomach.
Yeah.
this is like, I don't know. This nailed it for me. The comedy, it's offensive but funny, self-aware but clever. It's all
Just
good.
the whole thing is done with puppets, like old Thunderbird style.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I love.
Even just the puppets walking, they make that laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
There can be no sound on the screen at all. You just watch the puppet walk and you laugh out loud. It's hilarious.
It's so good. Like every time I watch it, and in fairness, I hadn't watched it for maybe like 2 years beforehand, but just all of it just starts coming back, and there were just bits that I would start laughing beforehand because I knew what was coming up. The transformation sequence is it's so good. It's so good.
I'm not sure how much of this film
this
we
is
can
hard.
talk about.
Yeah.
Because, if you know South Park, you know what that's like. This is on the same level of offensive stuff and stuff we can't talk about on radio.
But the thing is that I find it funny that they got away with a lot of this. I mean, they probably didn't at the time. They probably loaded like, people being like, oh, or whatever. But they obviously, because I watched the 6 Days to Air, the South Park documentary, and they talked about how in the first few seasons of South Park, they couldn't get away with like anything because obviously they were a new show, and it was only in like seasons like 3, 4, 5 that they could start getting away with some of the more like outrageous stuff. And I don't know when South Park originally aired, but I think it was like
Mid-90s,
yeah, exactly,
early 90s.
96, 97. So like, I wonder whether they were at the point of South Park that they could get away with this kind of humour, or whether
Maybe.
like this was where they got away with it. And then
Obviously,
went
South Park's still going on and new episodes are still being made, but that's because it's like a longevity thing. People know what South Park is. They know not to get into it if they don't like that stuff. But if they tried to make a film like Team America today, it would not happen.
Yeah.
It
I
would
don't-
100%
No, not at all.
never
Do you not?
happen
Do you not think
again.
that all of the stuff in it would have been worse in 2004? That's way nearer 9/11.
Yeah, but people, it's a generation thing, and people have. It's like people have. As a society, we've changed since then. Like, even like 5 years ago, you could get away with stuff that there's no way you could get away with today, because people just don't accept it anymore, which is fine.
Yeah.
People don't like this, don't like it, don't accept it, but it's kind of sad that things can't get made because of that.
That's what the guy who plays Jay from The Inbetweeners, he recently went on a talk show and talked about how he knows he was lucky to get that at that time, because they're never going to be able to make anything like
It was
that
on
again.
Good Morning Britain,
Oh God.
and Piers Morgan was asking him.
Great.
Everyone's favourite talk
Yeah.
show host.
He was like, "Do you think the snowflakes would accept The Inbetweeners if it came out today?" And it was like,
Side note: have you seen that interview? It's really, really weird. He's like, "Hey, you can come over to my house and just watch it with me."
Yeah.
And my kid's like, "Oh, it's almost sad."
What, Piers Morgan?
Yeah,
Or-
he's like,
He's
me and my family watch it all the time.
I watch The Inbetweeners with my kids all the time, and we love it. Jay, come over to our house and watch it with us.
All right, Piers.
That's
Okay.
two things
Okay,
you don't
Piers.
want. A, to watch The Inbetweeners with anyone you're related to.
And
And
B-
two, sit next to Piers Morgan when it happens.
Yeah, I think it'd be. I really like how that series ended. I think, did we talk about
We
this?
talked
I think
about
we
this
Yeah.
talked about it.
Okay.
for
Well,
one of the
we'll
other
cut it
films.
out. But I really like The Inbetweeners.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite comedy series. I really like it because it's just like, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, that was not sixth form, but like year 10 and 11.
Yep.
It was exactly how my year 10 and 11 was. And then, like, I remember saying it to, because obviously we're not. Are we going to say this bit?
Oh,
in-
I wasn't cool in year 10 or 11. I
know,
couldn't have that.
But like, I remember saying it to Molly, and she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah."
I went to the beach once and asked an old lady. She was filthy.
I also
Proper filthy, yeah.
I also beat a fish in a boat.
With my friend who was naked with a sock on his penis. How do you write? Do you know why like there are 4 characters in The Inbetweeners? It's because the writers, the 2 of them, all this stuff, similar stuff, happened to them.
It's happened to them, yeah.
And when they wrote it, like a producer went up to them and said, "You realise no one's going to believe this would happen to 2 people. It's so ridiculous and stupid that this would never happen." And they're like, "Oh, yeah,
Make it 4 people.
yeah, we'll just make it 4 people because this never happened to anyone."
Do you know that football friend,
Yeah.
friend that originated from those 2 working on a show with Ricky Gervais, and one day Ricky Gervais had a haircut and came in, and they got the whole cast and crew of the show to start going, "Oh, haircut friend, oh," to Ricky Gervais, and that's where that joke originated from.
Yeah, now you said it, that does seem like a very Ricky Gervais kind of esque joke. It was
It was
weird.
no,
that it's
they
happened-
were
I know.
saying it to Ricky
It's
Gervais.
weird it's happened
yeah.
to Ricky Gervais because it's something that he would say to someone else.
His humour's rubbed up. His humour's rubbed off on everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to hear
Anyway.
an interesting fact about Team America?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
sure, go on.
All the background foliage in the Panama scene is cannabis plants.
Mm. I saw a good fact that that outside of Kim Jong Il's palace, the set for that is a human body with Chinese takeout boxes on it.
Oh.
And in one scene, you can see his eye blink.
Oh.
It's a great film.
It's
Yeah,
a great film.
it really is.
And
fun.
also, Matt Damon's part in it is great.
Oh, Matt Damon's amazing.
There's this whole subplot where obviously they're taking the mickey out of a load of actors and they've made puppets of them all. And Matt Damon's puppet is voiced by Matt Damon, and it's great because the only thing he says is Matt Damon.
I forgot how many celebrities are in this. Like, there is.
I think Matt Damon and George Clooney both voiced their own characters
Yeah.
because they're big South Park fans. But apart from that, no one else was in it.
Although-
really.
I meant just as in like
Like-
persona way.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the character.
Alec Baldwin was reportedly very amused by the project.
Mm.
Which I imagine is exactly what he said. Just, I'm amused.
I mean, to be honest, it's the kind of thing that if you're on South Park or anything that they do, like, you can't be offended.
No.
Because, like,
I'd be offended if I was that famous and wasn't included in
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Do you know how fast their turnarounds are for making an episode of South Park?
Is it 6
days.
days?
6
Because
days.
I
We
referenced
literally
6
just
days
mentioned
to
that.
where the
Oh my god, I'm becoming Jack. Jesus Christ.
Can we just mention the the special effects
Effects?
on Piranha
Piranha?
3D for a moment.
Yeah, I was completely out of that. By the way, tangent of just go watch that documentary. It was actually really
Yeah,
good.
it's
It was honestly my favorite part of the entire documentary thing, because the rest of it was fucking awful and I hated it. But
Did you have to watch it for your?
I mean,
Production.
I got shafted because obviously I as the director I had to do everything, which my team wanted me to do. So I did all
I
of the
hope
research.
none of the team like listening to the Bargain Bin podcast uncut version
Do you
on
wanna-
YouTube.
Do you want this to be the uncut cut version?
I mean, but then I did
yeah, that
the
Patrick
research.
guy's a right cunt. Hate him.
No, I love Pat.
I love Patrick. Love you, Patrick, if you somehow are listening.
And so I did the research for other animation documentaries, and I did South Park because I was like, hey, I've heard of this and it's kind of animation, so sure, why not? And it was honestly the best part of this entire module. Like, it's so good.
Anything else to say about Team America World Police? Or are we
No.
ready to give it a
Arbitrary
score?
racist.
Of how many Matt Damons out of 10? How many Matt Damons out of 10 would you give it, Nick?
I would give it a Matt Damon out of 10.
Nice, nice.
How many racist Middle Eastern puppets out of 10 would you give it, Jack?
Oh, me? I would give it, I'd say, Alright, pause. I need to find out how many virgins they get when they die.
47.
47.
I've been radicalised by the wise
47.
guys.
Okay, cool.
I've been talking to Connor about joining ISIS so many times that I've actually radicalised myself. I can't go on YouTube.
I would give it 47 racist Middle Eastern stereotypes out of 10.
Adam, how many Kim Jong-il pairs of glasses would you give it out of 10?
I would give it 11 because Kim Jong-un, or Il,
Yeah.
Kim Jong-il
Yeah.
can have as many glasses as he damn well wants.
Whoa, damn. That's a naughty word.
That's a naughty word.
'Cause-
We've been cut.
Good Christian, good Christian.
Because Kim Jong-il
Ill.
can have as many glasses as he pleases because he is our supreme leader.
Can we say that?
Was.
I mean,
Sure,
he's been
leave it
dead
in,
for the
leave
last,
it in.
like, what, 10 years?
Can you spell?
Now that's a joke. Anyway, so that was the Bargain Bin podcast for this week. We've watched Piranha 3D, The Score, and Team America World Police. We've talked about this week's trailers, and we've played our gamey game.
However, we haven't bought any DVDs this week, so we can't tell you what we're going to watch next week.
It's probably Piranha 3 Double D.
Maybe, if we
definitely
can
is
find
gonna be
it
that.
in the
It's
Bargain Bin.
Gunler.
Because it will be there.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
It'll probably be next to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been Nick.
I've been Adam.
And I've been Jack.
Goodbye.
Bye. Email us at the Bargain Bin Podcast at gmail.com.
At Brayford Radio, at Brayford Radio Station on Instagram. Bye.
Hey,
Looking out
this
for
is
my
just
star
for-
girl.
This can be just for the SoundCloud YouTube version. But can you name the second film we talked about today, Nick?
What?
What was the second film we talked about today?
The Score?
And speaking of scores, always settle your scores, Jack. Because in this pocket, I have a score to settle with.
No,
Nick.
don't.
Here, in this locked room,
No.
is 60p and 2p coins.
I don't want it. Adam, I'm going to leave it here. I do not want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Take it.
Honestly, you can keep the 60p. I do not want...
Do you want it? I'll take it.
There are 2p's, Jack.
There's 2p's, Jack.
Hey, it's
32p's.
It's 2 5p's actually.
Jack-
22p's.
Jack is from the seaside, so we could use that on the slot machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You could win one of those amazing prizes. How long was it?
Really long. Like, we were recording for I think probably about an hour and a half.
Oh, the same as last week then.
No, we were recording for like an hour and 15 last week.
Yeah, but we're ballparking in. Bye up. Bye up. Bye up.